Hello. Hello and welcome to all of you in my second video that is related to the income and expenditure account. In the previous video, I've told you about that receipt and payment account, and at last of the video, I've given you 5 questions. So here we are going to start with that income and expenditure. But before that, I would like to announce the name of that first 5 candidate who gave the answer in their correct timing order. The first candidate was who just answered the question. It was Anamika Yadav, and second was Shruti Divedi. Third was Sakshi Singh. Fourth one Divyansh Kakkar. Fifth one Shabad Khan, and rest was after that. But the first 5 was those. So I would like to congratulate all of them. So let's move ahead. Before start of anything, first of all, we have to know about that what it is and what it is now. So what is the question first of all now? What is income and expenditure account? So income and expenditure account, I would like to tell you about that. Income and expenditure account is nothing new. In the last year, we have already learned about that profit and loss account, and it is exactly the same version of profit and loss account. But the fact and the change is that in the profit and loss account, in profit and loss account, we were finding out the net profit and the net loss. If the balance was coming in the two side or maybe on that expenses side, it means that if the income side is excess, if income side had some excess over the expenses side, then it was the net profit. And in the opposite case, suppose that if your expenses are more than your income, then it was your net loss. But here in income and expenditure account, if your income is more than your expenditure, then it will be surplus, not net profit. And as the same on the other side, if your expenditure are more than your income, then the difference or the balance will be termed as deficit. Understand? If your income is more than expenditure, then it will be surplus. If your expenditure are more than your income, then it will be deficit. The best thing about income and expenditure, it is that you have to note down only the items related to your current year. Current year means, suppose that if we are working with that year-ending year-ending date of 31st March 2020. So definitely, what is our session? Our session will be 2019, 1st April, then the last date will be 31st March of 2020. So 2019 to 2020, this is our current year. So if this is our current year, then what is the last year? Or maybe what is the last session? Then definitely last session will be 2018 to 2019. And if 2018 to 2019 is our last session, then 2019 to 2020 is our current session. Then what is our next session? Next session will be 2020 to 2021. Okay. So got that? What is our current year? So all the information related to the current year will take place in income and expenditure account. So let's get started that what is income and expenditure account. The income and expenditure account is a summary of all items of incomes and expenses which relate to the ongoing accounting year. Ongoing accounting year means the current year. It is prepared with the objective of finding out the surplus or deficit arising out of the current incomes over current expenses. The first line which I told you that if your income is more than your expense, it will be surplus, and if your expenses are more than your income, it will be deficit. Income and expenditure account is a nominal account. It is just like a profit and loss account prepared on accrual basis. It includes only revenue items. Revenue item means, my students, that if something is related to your balance sheet, no, like that liabilities or assets, these are your capital expenditure. And if something is related to that profit and loss account, this is your revenue-based item. Revenue-based item, the expenses or the income which are there for less than 1 year. Okay. that is your revenue receipt or revenue expenses. Okay, only these will be there, and which is transferred to the capital fund shown in the balance sheet. As in the profit and loss account, we were adding the net profit in the capital fund, in the capital, and the net loss we were deducting from the capital account. Same it will be here. So what is the format of income and expenditure account? Whenever we are reading we are going to learn anything new like that in the previous year, it was trading account. Definitely we need the format first. If it was income and it was profit and loss account, we need the format first. It was balance sheet, we need the format first. But here it is the same, so definitely we need the format first. So this is the format of your income and expenditure account. My best suggestion, my first suggestion, and my last suggestion to you is to go through with this format from top to bottom. Each and every single items should be learned by you, because if you know that which item is there on which side, then you can understand it very easy, no? But it is so easy to understand because see the heading is expenditure, and right under it consumable material, honorarium, salary and wages, repairs, expense, entertainment, printing, newspaper, postage, and all are your expenditure. Right behind that, then in the income side, see, all the incomes are there. So incomes will be on the income side and expenditures will be on the expenditure side. But what is the base to prepare income and expenditure? The base is receipt and payment account. So in the receipt and payment account, all the receipts means income for you. But you have to just identify what is the capital income and what is the revenue income. Okay. And same with the expenditure. What are the capital expenditure and what are the revenue expenditure, that you have to separate, and all this is easy then. Let's move. Okay, what are the essential steps to take in for preparing of the income and expenditure account? Let's get ahead. First of all, the person's receipt and payment account truly, because I told you the base is receipt and payment account, so you have to take care of your receipt and payment account. Then next is exclude the opening and closing balances of cash and bank, as they are not an income. Definitely these are the items for the balance sheet, so they will not take place in your income and expenditure account. Next is exclude the capital receipt and capital payments, as these are to be shown in the balance sheet. Simple, very good. I've told you already. Consider only the revenue receipt to be shown on the income side of the income and expenditure account. Some of these need to be adjusted by excluding the amount relating to the preceding year and succeeding periods, and including the amounts related to the current year not yet precede. It is simply, suppose that in your receipt and payment account, the subscription is there of 3 years. Suppose that if it is going 2020 and subscription is giving there 2019 5,000, 2020 10,000, 2021 1,000. In total, it will be how much? The total it will be there. Let it be. Even I don't know what are the amount I have told you. But for preparation of the income and expenditure account, we need only the amount of current year. We don't want the amount of the last year. We don't want the amount of the next year. What we need is just the amount of current year. Okay. Take the revenue expenses to the expenditure side of the income and expenditure account with due adjustments as per the additional information provided relating to the amounts received in advance and those not yet received. This part is of the adjustment part, and that video I will upload laterwards. And this is the same as well related with the adjustment. I will upload this video laterwards. Let's take an example how to prepare that income and expenditure account. Just see, this is the receipt and payment account for the year ending March 31st, 2015, and all the receipt and payment accounts are there. Let's get ahead. That was the question, and this is the solution of this question, and here it is. All the information is there and solution is there in front of you. Expenditure side, printing and stationery, lighting, rates, telephone, postage, wages, insurance, and on the income side, subscription, interest fees, interest on investment, in government securities, and last is locker rent. Okay, how it is prepared, let's see. At the top of the slide, it is your question, and at the bottom of the slide, we will make the answer of the question. Okay, let's prepare. First thing first, this is cash in hand on your receipt side. So all the receipts will be where? Yes, correct. On the buy side, means on the income side. So cash in hand. The first thing first, exclude your amount of cash. We don't need to take that amount of cash and cash in the opening and cash at the closing in income and expenditure account. It is there for balance sheet. Okay. So next is subscription. Just see, the 3-year subscription is there and we are preparing the income and expenditure account for March 2015. So means March 2015 is our current year and only we need the amount of current year. So which subscription is of our current year? Because 3-year amount is there. Definitely 2,25,000 is of current year. So we will take only 2,25,000 on which side? Correct, on buy side. Just see. Okay, after the subscription, what is there? Next is donation for building. My student, remember one thing, if there any kind of donation for any specific purpose, then that kind of donation or receipt will be termed as capital receipt. So if it is termed as capital receipt, it will not take place in your income and expenditure account. Directly it will take place in your liabilities. Okay, next is entrance fees. Entrance fee is your income. So where it will be? If it is income, definitely it will be on income side. Let's see. Correct. Okay, after that it is life membership fees. Life membership fees is a one-time payment and the club is going to receive it. So definitely it will be one-time payment. It will be there in capital receipts. Next is interest on investment in government securities, 18,000. Where it will be? On buy side as well. So next is locker rent of 42,000. It will be there. Locker rent 22,000. Okay. Now on the payment side, printing and stationery, where it will be? On two side. Good. That is 38,750. Next is lighting. It will take place as well. Next is rates and taxes, 17,000. Correct. Telephone charges 2,600. It is there. Postage and courier 2,000. It will be here. Next is wages and salaries 88,000. It is here. Next is insurance premium 15,000. It is here. Next is purchase of government securities. Government securities are the assets for the club. And next is cash in hand and cash at bank. All three of them are the assets, so they will not take place in their income and expenditure account. Okay, all the information have been done. So what we have to do now, we just have to total the amount that on which side the greater amount is there. So just take an example, 38, 26, 17, 2 plus 2, 88 plus 15. And on that, oh my God, 2,25,000 together. Definitely buy side is stronger than the two side. So let's add that two side because I think that two side is less and the buy side is greater than the two side. So just add. Add that buy side. All these four numbers are equal to 3,08,000. That 3,08,000 we have to write on both sides, and that two side was less in total. So we just have to total that two side, and we have to deduct that amount from 3,08,000, and that will be termed as in profit and loss account. We will be treating it like net profit, but here it will be treated as surplus. Correct, surplus. So answer is 1,18,400. Very good. Now let's move towards the next question. This is our next question. Okay, and the same, it is there, balance BD and that balance CD. We don't have to take that balance BD and CD because it is there to post in balance sheet. Next is subscription, where it will be on buy side. Correct. Next, entrance fees, where it will be? Correct, on buy side. Next is donation, 2,500. It will be here. Next is rent of hall, 750. That is here. Next is sale of investment. Any type of assets sales will not take place in income and expenditure. Okay. So it will not be here. But the next was salary. So salary will be here. Then next is rent. It will be here. Electricity will be here. Taxes will be here. Printing and stationery will be here. Sundry expenses will be here. Books purchased, books are our assets. Government bonds also an assets. Fixed deposit, clearly an assets. And the balance CD is cash in hand and cash at bank are the closing assets. Let it be then. Okay, which side have the greater amount? I'm sure that buy side. Let's add them. It is equal to 27,000. So 20,000, that greater amount will be on the both side. Okay, just deduct that two side from that 27,000. The total of that side you can add, and after the minus, that will be termed as, what will be the difference called? It will be called surplus. Very good. Okay. Now I have solved two questions in front of you. Now I'm giving you some kind of homework. Okay. So this is the first question for you. And the best thing is that in the last video, I have given you some information to prepare the receipt and payment account. This was the answer. This is the answer of that question, number first. That now you have to prepare the income and expenditure from this receipt and payment account. This is your question number first. This is your question number second. This is your question number third. This is your question number 5. And this is your question number 5. Okay. I would like to inform you that in the last video, I've given you 5 questions. These all 5 questions are the answer of your last 5 questions. So again, do it fast. I will make the announcement of the first 5 candidate in my next video, and I hope you are going to give the all best. Okay, give your 100%. And if you feel anything, any query, please feel free to ask. For any query, feel free to ask at Mohammed Qasim now. This is this. Okay, so best of luck. Have a happy day.